Hey everyone, Reginald here. Koopa's not in today. We walked in and we see his corpse here when we walked in.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Right on the recording set.
Yeah, we're on the recording set. So what happened? From what we can gather from his emails, I hacked into because I had to find out how to upload this podcast after he died. Was because I'm not gonna get any traffic on my channel, you know. He got involved with the Japanese mafia, and they had him play Russian roulette with like a elementary school principal and a clown. So like he went, and then the clown went, and then the principal went, and then he went again, and he lost. Like, his head is fucking
corner over there. We had to push it aside.
There was like brain guts everywhere. There was like brain guts everywhere. Neurospinal fluid or what shit is.
We're gonna have to revive him next week.
I'll have to gather the Dragon Balls. It's not been a full like week yet. But when the week's over, I'll be able to revive them.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm gonna pull out of my hat 2 topics, for us to talk about because I got a bunch here.
Oh,
all right, sure. I'm gonna pull them out.
China.
I'm shuffling them a little bit. Okay, here they are. 1, why Sonic's 3D Sonic game, and 2, why Sonic Mania isn't as good as people hype it up to be. Would you like to start, Kirbinator?
Well, okay. You see, I have never properly played a Sonic game. Well, except
what? No, you haven't.
Except for I guess Sonic and the Black Knight, but for some reason that game just doesn't exist. Like it doesn't exist in this timeline. But I somehow have.
Thanos snapped it out of existence. It was like
yes,
Tony.
Exactly. Thanos really doesn't like that game. It was like,
it was the first one to go.
I'm sorry, who?
I saw in the movie.
Sorry, who doesn't like that game?
Thanos. Like that's why he snapped it away. It was like, no, I don't like this game.
Yeah, he really hated it more in 06 for some reason. He was like, 06 at least had potential. I think I'm going to snap this one out of existence. I don't know why he didn't go with Secret Rings, because that would have been a much better game to wipe from the timeline. But
I don't know. Thanos doesn't really have good tastes in Sonic games. Like
he has good or bad taste.
Very bad.
Never mind. So, now let's move on to the next topic, since you fuckers aren't going to do what I wanted you to do.
Next topic, boys.
Yeah, my fan fictions. Let's talk about it. I posted them to Archive of Our Own instead of fan fiction recently.
Welcome to the last episode of the KoopaKast where we talked about
Archive of Our Own too. And now I can't fucking get any traffic on either site, so I'm like really sad now. So I'm hoping someone will check out my stuff. Look up Reginald_Conga at New Grim Adventures of Ed and Eddie. Go look it up.
Okay.
Koopa Kaper's not here to stop me from plugging my fan fiction, okay? I had to make use of it. We can talk about the Ed Boys.
Yes, I like the one with teeth.
With teeth, okay.
What?
Plank's narrowed down.
He also has eyes.
Plank's not in there. Plank doesn't have teeth.
Oh.
Is it Rolf?
I didn't even know one of them didn't have teeth.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is Rolf? Well, Plank's a piece of wood, He's like a piece of wood. The creator even said that. Like, some people want him to blink and shit and talk.
Why did they add a piece of wood into a Sonic game?
I'm not talking about a Sonic game.
Okay, what game is this? What is the reference here?
Talking about Ed and Eddie, the cartoon on Cartoon Network that aired a long time ago.
Oh, Ed and
Eddie, the game, the cartoon, Okay.
Oh, we're talking about the cartoon, not the video games, unless they're like the Flash games. That makes me sad though, because they're gonna go away. Because like Flash is on its way out, Adobe Flash. It's gonna be Thanos snapped.
That actually,
those games I can't enjoy anymore.
At least Cool Math Games is gonna be saved. That's the only part that matters. Cool Math Games.
Oh my god. Actually, by the way, does Ed and Eddie have like any video game, like any legit?
Like the legit video games on like there was one on multiple consoles called The Misadventures.
Mm-hmm.
The GBA version looks like shit, but like the console version on PS2 and GameCube and all that shit, it was fun as a kid, but like it's not as fun now. Like it gets kind of boring after a while. It gets kind of monotonous, especially the enemies because the combat is fucked to hell. The first one they had was called Ed and Eddie Jawbreakers, which I played after the one I just talked about. It's a piece of shit. It's probably like it's not like LJN on the NES bad, but like it's pretty bad. And then there's like Ed and Eddie Scam of the Century on DS, which is also kind of bad, but not as bad as Jawbreakers. It's like I beat it.
It's sure like the title sounds good.
I remember there was like a South Park game on the N64. It was like a shooter.
Sorry, what game?
There was like a South Park game on the N64.
Oh, South Park, yeah, it looks fucking bad.
On the N64? Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
No, that's a real thing because it was like it's real.
It's a shooter too. It's a shooter.
It aired in like it was released in like 98, 99, somewhere in there, but it was based only on the first season and like part of season 2 or something. It was kind of like Konami's The Simpsons. Anyway, I actually had played Konami's The Simpsons. It was on the original arcade cabinet because there was this that arcade had The Simpsons by Konami, TMNT by Konami, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then also had the X-Men game with all 6 players, not just four players, but 6 players. And I was like, holy shit, this thing's legendary. Can't believe they have it. And it was down that day too, so I couldn't play it even if I knew anything about X-Men. So
Oh, nice.
So
yeah, but I looked it up. Like when I first saw footage of it, like I didn't even know it was real. Like I said, this was like a mod for Jimmy Neutron or something.
Like all the characters in that game sound like Kenny, and then like Kenny is like completely just like even less intelligible than usual.
Let me just look it up. Actually, I'm now wondering.
It'd actually be really funny. It'd be really funny if they all sounded muffled except Kenny, and Kenny was like crystal clear, but you couldn't hear what he said because they got that coat on when they're doing the voice.
What's the game actually called?
Park
is
N64.
it like? Yeah, I think it's made in 2000, just 2000. Yeah, Cartman's Silly Hate Crime.
No, it's not Cartman's Silly Hate Crime.
You're looking up episodes now.
Oh, seriously, this is an episode.
Yeah.
South Park
oh my god, it's an episode.
Look up South Park N64 walkthrough.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to Google it.
Yeah, it's just.
Are we looking this up?
Yes, I'm
unremarkable as fuck.
This is.
I haven't played it, granted, but
Reggie, this is very necessary.
Yes. Oh, South Park.
We should talk about something else.
No, now I'm curious. Now you got me.
I got you.
You got me, mate. This is
that echoing again.
This is shit.
yeah, it is.
I know it's a Nintendo 64 game, but even then,
that game looks genuinely really fucking awful. And you have no idea where to go, and it takes forever just to kill yourself.
You have to shoot snowballs.
Like if you just sit there and if you let 5 enemies just wail on you for it takes like forever just to die. Like you have so much health that it's like not a problem.
Okay. So you know how Mario 64 is like? It is like nowadays it's kind of ugly, but the ugliness of the Nintendo 64 polygons are like kind of charming.
Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't have anything of that.
No, it doesn't. Well, to be fair, it's a South Park game. South Park looks.
It's just been destroyed by age, probably.
Maybe.
Like South Park, the original show, it just looks like shit, especially the first 2 seasons or whatever, because it's supposed to look like paper cutouts.
Yes, exactly.
The original episode was done in paper cutouts, but they had to, most of it, because the original unaired pilot had to be fixed because it was too long. Or never mind, I'm getting into different topics, but
South Park anime lore.
I don't know why PabloR keeps echoing. We've tried to fix this like 10 times.
Yep.
Should we mention this is our third take on the KoopaKast number 2.5?
Yes, it is.
It's like our third take. Anyway,
so you guys have any movies that are upcoming you want to see?
Any upcoming movies? I don't
That's
know.
a good question, actually. I don't know.
I don't remember any. There was like I feel like there was one, but I'm going blank now. Maybe it was a video game.
Yes.
That,
honestly, same. Yeah?
I have a video game to plug. It was a Kickstarter game, but it's like it was called Other Her Loving Embrace. I think today's the last day you can kickstart it. Assuming we get this video out today and the person editing it doesn't blank out or something, but it looks really good. It's like a 2D platformer and a RPG put together, you know? Like you fight, like it's kind of like Undertale in the sense that you fight while you have that heart in a box situation, but it's called
Pablo. Please quiet. Okay, say again.
Other Her Loving Embrace. It's a Kickstarter game. It's not
Embrace?
Mother. It's not Mother. It's Other. It's Other with an O instead of Mother with an M.
Yeah.
Loving Embrace. Let
Her
me just.
Loving Embrace.
Oh.
It genuinely is really good.
Oh, but that's.
I haven't played it because my PC can barely. What, PabloR?
Can we talk about the game of the decade, Toe Jam and Earl?
Toe Jam and Earl, they do have an excellent Twitter account. Quality tweets coming from there.
I'm not sure who that is, but okay.
Sometimes they be spinning straight facts. Like this one time they posted this meme about the credit score, and it's so true to life. I mean, like the credit score is like a scam, man. It's like people who have to consistently borrow money to get by are considered responsible with money, whereas people who never have to borrow money have a 0 credit score, and they're like less responsible than the second person or whatever, or the first person or whatever. I don't know. I was hoping that joke would land. I was talking about Toe Jam and Earl. It was a Genesis game, and now they've made a new one on PS4 and Switch and all that shit.
Yeah, it's really
I don't know if they're on PC. Well, I haven't played it. I just know their Twitter account.
Really good. You throw water balloons at people. That's the whole game.
I generally don't know what the game is. I have no idea what the object of the game is, but
basically,
why haven't we talked about Sonic in all of 10 minutes?
Okay, let's talk about Mania because why do people not like Mania anymore?
I can't understand a word you're saying. What about Mania?
Sonic Mania, you mean?
People everyone I talk to, like even like true Sonic fans that I talk to, they're like, "Nah, Mania's just I'm not good at that. It's not good anymore. I was expecting more from it."
It's fucking weird as shit because I keep seeing all these people talking, glorifying it, and I'm like, it's not as good as I want it to be.
Yeah, but I thought it was really good, and I have it for my PS4. And I thought I had a really fun time.
It's not as good as it could be.
I had a real fun time playing it.
Would be good. It would be good if it wasn't overhyped as shit. I'm just tired of hearing people talk about it, and like I got tired of it after like a few months or whatever. Like, and that wasn't like months of me playing it. That was like on and off. Like I would come back to it every few weeks.
Yeah. Right.
And like after a while, I just got absolutely sick of it, especially the first like 2 zones in the first act of the 3rd zone. Like, well, let me rephrase that. All the bosses, pretty much all the bosses suck, except for like a few.
I mean, it's a Sonic game.
So like you have to wait to Studiopolis to get to an actually like fun level. Like, first 2 zones aren't that fun.
Mario doesn't. Bosses, most of them are like about the same. Boom Boom and Pom Pom and Bowser.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Can't understand. Bosses are kind of boring because the mini bosses, like the Sonic 3 Act 1 bosses that you had, the little machines fighting you, they're not fun in Mania. And like the Oronic bosses, some of them are fun. I love the Hydrosity Act 1 boss in that game. That's fucking awesome. But the rest of them, I'm not a fan. Anyway.
So let's talk about Illumination's Mario movie.
Wait, it's is there new news about it or something?
I don't think there's been news in months.
It's been It's been months, but we haven't talked about it on this cast yet.
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Toads are
Yeah,
the Toads are
they're
going to be the
definitely not going to mess
minions.
it up or something.
I was
I
joking
mean,
about the minions, like Nintendo's not going to prove that shit.
no, of course not. Those are going to be annoying, but not minion annoying.
Yeah, like they might
know?
try to make them toned down versions of the minions, but Nintendo is already wary of like after the Mario Brothers movie of like people who aren't in Japan like making movies or TV shows about their franchises. But like this is
Right.
really like the Mario Brothers movie. Can I talk about that for a second?
Sure.
I found a copy of the Mario Brothers movie at a homeless shelter. That's not even like a joke or anything. I legitimately found it at a homeless shelter.
Were you volunteering there?
Yeah, it just came to me. This like sheer destiny.
Anyway, so I was gonna talk about it for a second. I tried watching it with a riff track, and it's too fucking boring as shit for me to do that. Like, how do you make something that boring? Like, it starts off kind of funny with that Mario Paint opening, where it's like the dinosaurs. It starts off kind of entertaining, and then after that, it gets like boring as shit. When we get to the Mario Brothers, it's like, and like it takes like an hour of the movie for them to put on the Mario Brothers costumes, the overalls or whatever.
Seriously, that's like a big moment.
Yeah, it's a big moment when they finally put it on. I'm like, dear golly, why?
Or like it's supposed to be a big moment at least.
That'd be like, I the Sonic movie to do that. Like Sonic puts on his actual fucking shoes and like
did you see the new models for
hour
the
mark?
Sonic movie? He actually
leaked as of yet, but like we're pretty sure it's official now.
Oh yeah, sure.
Look forward to not seeing it.
I mean, yeah, sure.
I gotta get in line to not see it right now.
Like I'm looking forward to seeing it in theaters. Like
don't do it. Don't.
No, I'm gonna go see the Star Wars movie, and then I'm gonna see a poster of the movie. I'm gonna be like, that's a tragedy.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
as long as you don't see the actual movie.
I may go look it in theaters, but only with other friends.
Okay, honestly, I might see it in theaters. Just so it's a meme, okay?
Because I was actually... I know I'm not going to watch it with friends because the remodel looks nice. No. I was initially planning to do it because I was like, this is going to be like... I don't care how the movie will turn out.
I saw the emoji movie in theaters.
It will be hilarious. Like
oh man, you need to let it go. It's like when Sonic looks.
To let it go.
I saw the emoji
Sonic the fucking damn it, PabloR. So like the ghost of Sonic looks at me. He's like translucent or whatever, and he says to me, "Reginald, the accident was Sega's fault, not yours. You need to let me go."
Yes.
Yeah, he looks at Sega and he's like, "The accident was your fault. You need to let me go."
Oh.
Accidents, I guess I should say. The accidents are your fault. I don't know. Yeah, if either of you two see it in theaters, I'm gonna fucking come to your house and beat you to death.
Jeez, Reggie, come on in.
Oh, PabloR cut out. He must have died early.
Oh, sure, yes. That's not a... PabloR, you're dead.
He's dead.
Shoot. Yeah. Hello, this is the ghost of PabloR.
Okay, now I can hear dead. I mean, like, we already lost Koopa Kaper. I can't afford to...
Yeah.
Because I was going to use that second wish. I was going to use
3 members of the KoopaKast.
I was going to use the other wishes. I was going to use the other, like, 2 wishes for, like, selfish shit. Like, I was going to bring Koopa Kaper back first, but then I was going to spend the other 2 wishes on something like... I actually really want the Nega Coco costume from in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled,
Nice.
Okay. Can we talk about Terry and Smash Brothers?
Terry and Smash Brothers. Who the fuck is Terry? Is he like...
I know, who is he?
Ash Ketchum evolved? The evolution of Ash Ketchum?
Yeah,
who's also who's in turn the final
Ash
form of
Ketchum.
Nest.
Like Ash Ketchum got like very tired of trying to be a Pokemon master and is like, fuck it, I'm just going to beat people to death.
Yeah,
Really
that's
strong
what
that
happened.
way.
I don't know anything
So,
about Ken,
like,
by the way.
about what? Oh, Ken.
Ken.
Yeah,
That's
I was
name's
like,
Terry.
who's Terry? I really wanted to go to pick up that Smash.
All right, his name is yes, his name is Terry.
We talk about like the fact that it made a lot of people happy, but at the same time, like Twitter was all over that shit. They were like, these uncultured swine are talking about Terry not being recognizable or whatever for Smash, and I'm like, I genuinely have never heard of this character before the Smash hype.
Me neither. Like, okay.
I didn't just not know who he was. I legit did not know
the announcement trailer. I saw there was like the Smash envelope like flying around, and this dude went to grab it and he jumped off a building.
What?
He fell to his death and shit. Like,
yeah,
he fell to his death trying to grab the Smash invitation. Oh, there's something interesting. Terry comes from the game that came up with that first. The idea of an invitation to the fighting tournament that they're, like the Smash invitation.
It's like based on
the trailer. Yeah, it's based on King of Fighters or some shit. I don't even know what it's called.
That's kind of neat, actually.
I think it's called like Fist Fury or Fire Fury or something like that. Fatal Fury.
Oh, it was Fighting Fury. I'm sorry, Fighting Fury.
Oh boy, Pablo's really dead now.
He's like cutting in and out, and he's like hard to hear. He's like a Sega Genesis, voice chip.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I fully expect him to be like Sega Master System by the end. Check on me again.
But yes, Sonic has Steve.
The
Neo Geo.
He is Steve.
Oh.
Like.
Can we talk about Undertale a little while?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Let's talk about
Undertale.
Who cares about Sans? Let's talk about the better skeleton.
Iris?
Yes, of course.
Oh, Sans.
No.
I'm
what
gonna
did you want
fight
to
you
say?
to death. You're gonna have a bad time.
You're gonna.
No, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say something like.
I'm sending you to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
I don't remember, but it turns out. Oh, we found out where Sans' voice came from. That "Hey" sound. It's actually from an episode of SpongeBob where Patrick said, "Maybe it's the way you're dressed," and like they took the A from maybe.
But I wonder, is it actually like? Is it actually true, or is it just like, hey, this sounds like
that? It's true. No, it's true. It's actually someone like cut out the exact sentence, and it's like it sounds exactly like that.
But like, isn't it's possible that it's a coincidence?
It's not a coincidence. I'm pretty sure he took it. Like Flowey's theme. I know for a fact Flowey's theme. No, not theme. Flowey's voice clip comes from a McDonald's commercial, but like voice swapped or whatever. Like you alter it with a certain effect, and like it sounds just like Flowey's voice.
I have heard
and you can hear the actual like lines that Flowey speaks. Yes, it's a wonderful idea or whatever.
I think I can appreciate all this more if I actually played Undertale. Like I always see like YouTube videos and series.
I just say.
Wait, you did not like play Undertale in any way, even when it was like hot?
I played a bit of Deltarune, and that's about it.
Oh well, I guess.
Can I say that I didn't play Undertale until after I'd already watched like basically the whole playthrough of the True Pacifist run or whatever, and like parts of the Genocide run.
I mean,
and I finally played a neutral route.
That's fair enough. I mean,
I've only done like 3 playthroughs of it. Because there's not much replay value,
No,
like,
there's
kind of.
Yeah,
there's kind of. There's like
talked about this. How there's no replay value.
We've talked about this. There's like kind of replay value, but it's not enough to justify a whole playthrough.
Yeah,
you can't.
It's like there's really just 1.5 routes. There's
There's the neutral route, there's the True Pacifist route, which is largely like the neutral route, and then there's like the Genocide route. the genocide route is very different from the regular route, the neutral route. It's like Sans and Papyrus don't do anything fun, and Sans doesn't make a pun. And it's just really different.
The genocide route is actually...
it's actually kind of like hard because not hard. It's obviously hard because of the Sans fight. But I was gonna say it's a pain in the ass because you have to kill absolutely everyone, and so you have to walk around for like forever trying to get a broad encounter.
Oh yes, that's actually one thing, by the way, about that. I tried the genocide route. I think I got the Sans, but I was like, no, fuck this.
Sans is like
no, but anyways, you know, it's actually like in the first world, it's like, oh no, this is actually really sad and stuff. But then eventually you're like, yeah, this is kind of fucking tiring, all that grinding. To me, at least.
It gets annoying. I'm sure I haven't done it because I don't.
How can a child do that much damage?
Because she hates.
Oh man, she's got determination.
I think. I'm surprised that at the end of the playthrough on the True Pacifist run, I'm surprised there's no line like, you know, they're all the time. The game is all the time telling you you're filled with determination, but like, why isn't there one where it says you are overflowing with determination?
Because Toby fucks is a.
What?
Can't hear PabloR. He muted
Was
his
it
mic
intentional?
actually.
Was it like an intentional?
Well, while he's gone,
yeah. Can we like talk about how ridiculous about Undertale? How ridiculous the scenario is of like the war before the whole story. Like,
it's like
the game claims
humans didn't really have Frisk's determination, like the ability to reset and everything. The timeline must be chaos. Like everyone's always resetting to outdo everyone.
First of all, I don't like that's never confirmed. I don't think every human has that. I think Frisk is like special in some kind of way.
Clusterfuck. I assume this is my theory. Okay, it's time for Reginald Conga's theories. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so my theory. PabloR, shut the fuck up. Where was I? Oh yeah, Reginald's theory time. So like, my theory is that the 6 human souls all have their own powers, and Frisk's red soul has the ability to reset.
Yeah.
So like the other 6 powers are all components of determination, and then when they combine, like with Frisk's soul, like when you have all 6 of those elements, it's like you can reset. That's why Flowey is able to reset, because he has injections from all 6 of the human souls. Probably, I don't know. This is all theory, but like that's my theory.
Yeah, that does make sense.
That would explain the wizards, because there were 7 really powerful wizards that made the barrier, but like humans can't use magic. So I assume the determination in those other 6 souls are how they use magic, and then the red soul is like time resetting ability.
And actually, by the way, one thing about the war, I think it's like they claim that not a single human has died, and like
that's what I was talking about earlier before PabloR cut me off.
And the monsters like got like smashed.
So I
call fucking bullshit. Absolutely,
I don't know.
don't care.
I think they might just be like really tough. I think the adult humans might just be really fucking tough, like stronger than Asgore.
No, honestly, I think the legend has been fabricated a little bit, like fucking propaganda.
No, I think it's more like Toby Fox wanted it to sound cool.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It just sounds better if like the humans were so powerful that not a single one of them died. No, that's bullshit. It was my headcanon. It said it's a bloody war. A lot of people died. A lot of monsters died, and that's why they hate each other so much. And maybe maybe the monsters were even winning. That's why the humans decided to like push them into the underground and just lock them up.
I like to imagine like if it was actually true and they were just so fucking strong they could blow up the earth at any time, like Dragon Ball Z, and they were like, I like to imagine the monsters. I like to imagine the monsters in that situation doing something mildly annoying, like leave the toilet seat up, and one human saw that and was like, "Okay, it's time for us to kill all the monsters. Time for a genocide."
Oh boy, genocide! Time for the crusade.
Someone I heard at this tutoring center, this one person said they had a genocide class. They were talking about how much they like didn't, or I think the tutor said, "You like genocide?" The class, right? And I'm like, "Holy shit, she likes genocide." It was really funny. I knew what they were talking about, but I just couldn't believe they named the class genocide.
Yep.
I'm sure they put something in front of it like history of genocide or something.
Shouldn't go together. Genocide and class, 2 words that shouldn't mix.
No, they I like to imagine if it was like teaching you about Undertale and how to genocide someone.
How to genocide?
How to genocide a whole race of people
By
Adolf Hitler.
Oh no.
Principal's name is Hitler, by the way. Principal Hitler.
Principal.
It would have been like more. Okay.
He's not related, but it's his surname.
Like it would have been like more like if his name was Adolf, that would have been more of a coincidence.
You know, there was a baby that belonged to these Nazis, and the child's name was Adolf Hitler, and like the government didn't know about it until after they tried filing for a social security thing for the baby. And then when they found out, they were like, "No, you can't have the baby anymore. Fuck you." I'm not kidding. That's a real story. Yeah. They were like, these Nazis named their child Adolf Hitler for like the first and middle name, and so the government, when they filed for social security, were like, you know, I think that's close enough to child abuse. Let's just take the baby away from them.
Yeah,
they've done enough damage to this infant.
It's like that prayer, guys, would you kill baby Hitler?
That actually reminds me, by the way.
They say that that there's a myth that like Hitler ended the Great Depression with his war, like indirectly, you know.
Yeah,
and I think that's actually bunk. I think that's actually bunk. So like, you should kill Hitler as a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better idea. Wait till he's in art school and head.
Yes.
That reminds me. There's this. That reminds me. There was this story where like a World War I soldier spared Hitler's life and shit. We don't know who that soldier was, but it was fucking incredible. Like he caused World War II indirectly.
Kind of, yes, but yeah, that's actually.
Yeah, but like. Did you hear about that? There, like, I saw an article where it's like this paramedic saved a baby, and that in 20 years later, that baby went to save him in a car crash.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Seriously?
Is that real? Is that real?
Oh,
was there a credible source, or was that just made up?
It sounds legit.
It sounds something that should be true, you know.
Yeah, it should be true, but it's probably not.
Yeah, I believe it.
But anyways, one more thing about Hitler. I'm not...
One more thing about Hitler.
I want to say.
So we talked about Hitler.
Okay. Can I talk? From what I believe, I'm not the most knowledge on it, but I do believe he is not solely responsible for making the economy good again. But
that's what I was saying. It's probably bunk, so you should fucking kill him as a baby if you get a time machine.
Yeah.
You should also stop 9/11. Like, you should 100% stop 9/11.
Let's tell it look pretty.
Oh yes. But Hitler, he okay. I should not. Oh my god! I want to say he did some good things, and
I was about to ask you to do your German voice because
yeah,
we're talking
he
about
did some good. No, I want to do a German voice, but this was kind of like Scandinavian almost. He did the job.
It sounded a little Scandinavian, not German.
Things.
This is Cologne, and I am a German.
That sounds more Scandinavian.
I can't do it hardly. There's this joke on Flapjack where a Frenchman had perfume, and the Frenchman said, "Hey, this is Cologne, and I'm a German." Something like that. I don't know.
You have a lot of nerve being alive.
I mean, by the way, I actually have learned 3 years of German at school.
Oh fuck! I haven't learned anything. I learned a little bit of Spanish. I learned some Spanish, but I've forgotten most of it.
Yes.
Let me tell you how to say I'm feeling lazy today in Spanish. You say estoy perezoso. A star is the verb that means to be, but only temporary characteristics. Well,
you know how they say
it's not really temporary characteristics. It's kind of where I was talking. So So like to be like there's two different forms of it in Spanish, and a lot of people will say it's like temporary and permanent, but like some things like locations can change. It's complicated, but like you say estoy and then you say perezoso, which means lazy. The estoy is temporary, means temporarily, so it's like you're feeling lazy that day, but you won't be feeling lazy forever.
Oh, right.
You're not.
Right.
It's not that you're lazy; it's that you're feeling lazy.
Yeah, there's another thing when you're dressing someone with like that someone that you know or versus someone that's like your friend. You say versus like formal and just.
Should probably wrap this up because I can barely understand what PabloR is trying to say.
Okay.
Sorry, PabloR. But
Fair
yes.
enough.
The German word for potato is Kartoffel.
Kartoffel? Why?
Yeah, Kartoffel. Das ist der
name pun in Dragon Ball. That should be a Toriyama name pun in like Dragon Ball. Character named Kartoffel.
Mr. Kartoffel.
This is hey Goku. This is
Did I ever tell you that I took my first Uber ride and my second Uber ride one night because I had to go to Target and get a phone charger because my phone stopped accepting charge from anything that wasn't an official Apple charger. So like I got a German guy. There was this guy from Germany for the second Uber ride, and I asked him. Therapist taught me the German word for fuck, and like his German word for fuck was way different from my therapist's. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure since he's the one from German that my therapist is incorrect.
Wait, yeah, but it goes two ways.
It's a German word for fuck, Kirbinator.
I have never learned a German word for fuck now that I think about it. Huh.
I think there's one for to screw, and then there's one for like a noun or whatever, because it can be multiple parts of speech,
Oh, right.
I wonder how fucking hell translates when a British guy says fucking hell. We talk about like why there's no sodium chloride meme, but Jimmy is actually a magic man.
The original video got taken down. Rest in peace. Yeah, that was my childhood.
Did, but I was gonna say there should be a sodium chloride meme that's called sodium chloride, but Jimmy actually is a magic man.
What?
Magic Man, like the guy calls him a magic man. He's like, okay, Mr. Magic Man. I also did not hear you say Big McThankies from McSpankies to the customer.
Oh.
I love the Australian dub.
Saturated fats inside you.
That's really funny. There was this meme that was really funny where like Skeet corrected Jimmy and he was like, "This is iodized table salt. It contains caking agent and this one compound. I can't remember what the compound was, but it had iodine in it. It was like a compound that contained the atom iodine." And he said, "So not only are you pretentious for calling things by the scientific name in common speech, but you are also factually incorrect. Get out of my store, you fucking idiot."
I have heard about it one. That's amazing.
It was a genius meme. It was like high tier.
Yeah.
No, it was God tier. Okay, it longs to be there with the greats.
What else can we talk about? What kind of memes can we talk about? There's something I saw on Twitter, like some sort of meme that's been going around.
Yeah.
Can't remember now.
Guys, we're forgetting the biggest meme of the month. No Nut November.
Let's not talk about it.
Oh God.
No Nut November. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't do that because I don't give into peer pressure. Okay. Honestly, I'll masturbate whenever the fuck I want to.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of fun.
Oh, that reminds me. For the month of for a limited time, Pornhub is like donating some ad revenue to like plant some trees or some shit, some charity, and like so you can't, so it's bad, so you shouldn't participate in No Nut November.
Every day.
Isn't it like the I don't know if it's the same charity, but like the
Mr. Beast charity?
Yes. What's it called again? Team Trees.
Every day.
Team Trees. I don't know a thing about that, but anyway, so like
the charity is called Every Day.
No. Anyways, continue.
I should plant a tree. I should plant one tree and that'll be enough. One truffula tree.
Yeah. I mean,
I said Truffulatry. That's from the Lorax. Don't you know your
Yeah,
shit?
that's from the Lorax.
Oh
You don't know
no!
your
I have
basic
actually
main
never seen that
facts.
movie. I'm not
Anyway,
kidding.
yeah, I can believe that because you're from fucking who knows where, Norway or something.
Yeah, you're.
Where are you from again?
I'm from the North Pole Circle.
Oh, really? Where are you from?
I'm
Oh shit! I fell off my bed.
oh boy.
Dinga dinga durgan.
Hinga dinga durken. I'm from Sweden. I'm
Yeah.
from the Netherlands. That's like
Oh,
you know that tiny country like next to Germany.
The country that doesn't exist.
fuck.
No.
Because
That doesn't
Thanos snapped
exist.
it. Thanos
No.
snapped it, remember?
If you're thinking about a country that's next to Germany and doesn't exist, that's Denmark. And I can factually prove it. Okay, hear me out.
Yeah,
So
actually,
the
Denmark
Earth
does
is
not
like
exist.
the Earth is like 17. No, wait, that's never mind. It has like 7 billion people, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay. And you know, all those calculations are often like about 2% off. And from what I believe, Denmark is like 1.5% of the population. So there's a big chance that all of Denmark just does not exist.
That is very.
Your logic is flawless.
Yes,
Yeah, that
I'm
is flawless logic right there.
I did not think of this joke, by the way. I'm not like I'm
No, you
flawless,
stole it,
but
but
not
it's
original.
funny.
I'm flawless, but not original.
Can we?
Yeah, I think it's the same. Like,
We
same
talk
here
about
with
that joke,
Canada
like.
on this side of the
Let me tell you a
world.
joke, okay? Let me tell you this joke, okay? So, like, this
Yeah.
is from the actual server where we're recording this, right? No, I don't remember what I was going to
KoopaKast.
say. What was I going to say? It wasn't that joke about
Go.
Koopa Kaper disappearing. It was that other joke where he, like, I don't remember what oh, that reminds me. I remember now. I remember what it was now. It was this joke where Yukino Joe posted his Simpsons Family Guy crossover parody, like before the
Right.
actual crossover came out. And he said in the comments, 100 likes, thanks guys. You know, and then someone replied to him basically saying, how can there be 100 likes if there are only 6 or 7 people on the planet? Hacks? It was like the ultimate extreme. It's like there's 7 people on Earth. And like
of course,
the fucking emo ginger kid only counts as half a person.
yes.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, his logic.
There's like one person for every continent.
We all know gingers do not exist.
And it was the goth kid. I don't even like the term emo because I think of emotionally unstable and I think of cutting and it makes me sad. So I usually just say goth.
Yeah. Same. I mean,
What's the difference?
I'm honestly not sure.
Fuck.
I believe there's a difference, but I'm honestly not sure at all.
I don't know.
I just kind of like goth aesthetic at times. Not that they like wear it, but I don't know. It has its own charm, you know. Kind of reminds me of gothic style. It kind of reminds me of like those, gothic architecture from like the 16th century, I believe. Or I think that's neo-gothic.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't know what the fuck you're.
You know, okay. You know those really fancy churches from Europe.
About?
Mario's
what else can we talk about? My English teacher,
okay,
like she was teaching English grammar to a bunch of education majors and myself because I just happened to be in that class. And Leonardo da Vinci painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel on his back. I corrected her, like, no, it was Michelangelo. Michelangelo was the one who painted the Sistine Chapel, and she looked it up, and I was right.
Right.
I did it politely, and she was polite, like we.
But anyways, I actually kind of wanted to finish what I was talking about. You know, like those cathedrals all over Europe. Those are like very big and fancy.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but
you don't know what cathedrals are?
I know what a cathedral is. I've just never been to one. I've never been to Europe.
Yes, but like
all expensive except like fancy.
all like Catholic cathedrals are pretty much like Gothic or neo-Gothic.
I don't know what you're saying. Anyway,
Yeah,
can we not
pretty
talk about
accurate.
this because it's too rooted in religion anyway, like and shit.
Okay.
I mean, I don't
I'm
think
talking
it's
about
I have no
architecture.
idea.
I'm
I
talking about
genuinely don't know
architecture,
anything
but
about
okay.
this.
okay. Can we talk
I hear
about
about
Mario's
architecture
time
whenever
machine?
this podcast. Mario's time
Okay.
machine. Let's talk about that.
Mario's time
There
machine.
should be the next Mario game should be like Mario's time machine. We were just kidding about the first one. This is the real Mario's time machine. Okay, we were.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was an edutainment game, the first one. So this one will be a 3D platformer like Odyssey. He'll explore all these time periods, and the Egypt level will be second for the 98th fucking time, that fucking desert level. But it'll be really cool.
Yeah, it's going to be exclusively on the PS4.
What'd you say, PabloR? PS4? What?
Mario's time machine for the PS4.
Yes.
The Nintendo PlayStation. So, let's talk about I was gonna say something and it left me. I don't remember now. Something about Sony applied for patents for PS6 through PS10.
What?
They applied for patents for the names PS5, PS6, PS7,
Okay.
PS10.
But that means
I'm
I can
genuinely
release
not
my
sure why.
own PS11
Yes, but why though?
and just
Indeed.
get the money from that.
I don't know why the fuck they did it, but like they did it. I guess they were just being super safe.
Okay.
Yeah,
How long
but
should we
that
do
means
this
I can
podcast
release.
for?
That means I can release my PS11 and get it
Yes,
non-copyrighted.
you can. Yes, you can do that.
We talk about the original patent for the PlayStation because the Nintendo PlayStation that they were going to make was two words, play and station. So when Sony left, so when Nintendo left the contract, Sony had part of the hardware left over, and they were like, "What should we name it?" And then they decided to name it PlayStation, one word, and they did it with a troll face, and Nintendo was like, "Oh."
Oh, okay.
Console generation that period of time, the PS1. The Nintendo 64 cartridges were too expensive.
The PlayStation was Nintendo's first they had a monopoly on video games until PlayStation ran around. And they actually
Sega.
Oh yeah, Sega. But Sega, look at Sega now. Look at it. Just look at it.
But it was doing all right with the Genesis for a while there.
Yeah, yeah. It was mostly career
We talk
ending.
about I don't know what else to talk about. I feel like the chat has gone dead silent. F in the chat. By Dr. Seuss, Dr. Seuss, there's a picture of the cat in the hat and it says F in the chat. It's really funny.
The F in the chat, yeah. The bat with the gat.
Mm.
Oh, there's a new cartoon or whatever about green eggs and ham. I have no idea what they're going to do for the whole... I like to imagine it's going to be a whole series. They're going to turn the book into a whole TV series where
what even
no,
PabloR,
let me finish my punchline.
Okay.
They're going to make a whole series where the guy travels all across the earth and all across space and all across time. He's traveling across time and space for the whole series, and at the end he finally tries the green eggs and ham. It'd be brilliant.
By the way, question though, what is it even about? Green eggs and
ham, the TV series, not TV series.
Time. And then after 11 years, he finally tries green eggs and ham. He's it's actually pretty good.
No, isn't that a book though?
It is a book. It's about trying new things.
Oh.
He tries. Sam I Am invents these green eggs and ham, and he chases this guy everywhere. And finally, the guy's like, "Okay, fine, I'll try them." Gosh. And he tries them, and they're actually good. And he's like, "Oh, I like these." And then, the book ends.
I had to do a book report on that book, and I was trying to figure out what the guy's name was.
Yes, okay, but green eggs.
I don't know what that guy's name is. I know Sam I Am is the guy who's trying to get him to try it.
He doesn't have a name.
Green eggs. That just sounds like food poisoning.
Yeah. No, I assume they colored it with like food coloring or something.
You
know, like
did.
red velvet chocolate. You know, they just food color it.
Yes, okay. Well, I know. I was just trying to be.
That's what Maestro does sometimes. Whenever it's like Dr. Seuss week, they just put ham and eggs, and they just put food coloring in it. At least they used to.
Can we talk about that time the Flintstones, like Barney was mailing a letter and like Fred had mailed a letter and he tried to get Barney to get out of the mailbox. You know, there's stone tabs and shit because like that's the way it was in the Stone Age apparently. So like Barney fell into the mailbox and then the mailman came and he opened the door to the mailbox, you know, so he could get the letters out. And he said, "Yeah, you tried to mail a letter and you forgot to let it go. It happens all the time." It was really funny for like a 60s cartoon.
Yeah, I remember there's like a little clip from the Flintstones where it's like they have to catch a bus, Fred and Bernie. And
I don't watch the Flintstones that much, but
I have never watched the Flintstones. And
I barely watched it. Did we forget?
There's like a scene from the Flintstones where they have to like catch a bus. Like, thank goodness we had to catch the bus, or else we'd have to walk. And then there's like a outshot. They zoom out and they're all like walking on the stone bus.
Yeah. That's funny. Can I just say we forgot to like introduce ourselves? I said my name's Reginald Conga, I think, but you guys forgot to introduce which one of you is which.
Yeah. Koopa,
don't remember if you did or not.
I think we're kind of recognizable, but I see what you mean.
Like,
hello,
Kirbinator's like the guy from Europe.
Meme poster and
Kirb's from Europe. I got an actually good mic compared to PabloR.
Yes, I was not trying to make like that obvious, but yes, that was actually what I was trying to say. Sorry, Pablo.
It's okay.
His name is PabloR. You need to recognize the R.
Yeah, the R is very important. It's copyrighted too.
Okay. Let me try again. I'll do it. PabloR.
Okay, don't gargle too many golf. Don't gargle. Don't swallow the golf balls while you're gargling them.
That's just Dutch R, you know. Just let me like speak my native tongue a bit more. Okay. I like to say PabloR.
Old R in Spanish. Anyway.
PabloR is that's a pretty good name. You know, PabloR.
Better. It's actually a good name. You know, it's like Reginald and then Conga. I kind of wish I had like Canada's the last name or something, but anyway.
Reginald Conga.
This podcast has gradually devolved into like today's podcast. Should we
Kirbinator? Yes.
Do you want to talk about anything else before we fucking end this podcast? Because I got homework to fucking do.
Kong.
Like a university level homework, you know, an actual couple papers. I got 2 papers due, like Monday and Tuesday respectively.
No, I don't really actually have anything to say.
Are you sure? Before we wrap this up.
Hong Kong.
All right, we're wrapping it up. Ha! Got you guys. November Fool's Day.
November Fool's Day.
He's not actually dead. He's not actually dead. He's just like absent today. We totally got you guys. We had you go on the whole podcast that he was dead.
No,
you should have seen the looks on your faces.
Pranks.
Oh man, that was priceless.
That was priceless.
Oh my dude, you just got pranked!
You got pranked!
Kirbinator?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Sorry?
Well, thank you everyone for joining us today.
Sorry, say again?
I couldn't understand a fucking word you said, dude.
Patreon, if you want to directly support this podcast, like go to Patreon. All of the
okay, that's enough. Hold on 1 second for the plugs. Curb, what were you gonna say before you cut out?
Wait, I cut out?
You cut out when you said something, and I said what, and then like I tried like 3 times to say what, and you wouldn't tell me what you said, and I just gave up.
Because you were cutting out.
I wasn't. So
yes, you were, but I was just saying it.
Okay, let's try this again. Let's try to sign off again. All right. We got to do the plugs. Don't forget to visit Stardust Gadget on YouTube. You know, my Let's Play channel. Be sure to look that up. Stardust Gadget, and then you're probably gonna have to put in a playthrough like Undertale or like fucking Crash Bandicoot 2. Crash Bandicoot 2 Part 8. That's probably the best one we've ever done. Anyway. So that's our Kirbinator. Do you have anything to plug?
PabloR spelled like this. It's on YouTube. You'll find me. If you want to support this, it really is. If you want to support this podcast directly, make sure to go to Patreon. All the funding goes to the KoopaKast. And share your friends. Use code Koopa Kaper in the item shop of Fortnite.
Yeah, be sure to share this fucking shit. Be sure to share this shit on like Twitter or something, so we can get more attention.
So my plug is, it's not actually a plug, but I'm going to remind you to drink enough water.
Yeah, drink water.
Shade.
Water's pretty important. Don't drink
even if it's not water,
2.
just hydration.
Koopa remembered to do that for the second podcast. Koopa Kaper drinks water, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes.
I wish he named it something about piss, like Koopa Kaper takes a piss on Reginald Conga.
No, we don't want to get fetishy.
Would have been way funnier. No, it's not fetishy. He was doing it to disrespect me. If it was fetishy, I would be enjoying it, you know.
Sound like you're...
Oh no.
Okay. Just stop.
Stop talking about fetishes. Let's not kink shame people. All right, guys, it's time for us to end. Thank you, everyone, for coming to listen to this fucking bullshit. This is Reginald Conga signing out.
That hour is now ours. Goodbye.
No idea what you just said, what you're talking about, but Reginald Conga signing out. Okay, bye, everyone.
PabloR signing out.
Later, guys.